Hi guys, welcome to episode 10 of Flex in the City. I am Lisa.
And I'm Rada.
And thank you for being with us, those of you that are new. And thank you for staying with us, those of you that aren't. We are going to jump right into it with our quickfire round.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
It's Lisa's turn. Okay.
Okay.
She hasn't seen these questions, so.
Okay.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
How many times did you sneeze in the last 7 days?
Not a lot, actually.
Okay.
Last week was a lot because I was unpacking boxes still. And they were really dusty. But yeah, I would say maybe like 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not much.
Big dogs or small dogs?
Big dogs. Small dogs are not dogs. Sorry.
I love big dogs. Thank you. Are women complicated?
Only to men. But to us, we're totally normal.
Say good day, mate, in an Australian accent.
I need you to say that sentence again because I need to hear how you just said it.
I'm trying not to say it in
Good
my...
day, mate.
I was trying not to say it in my accent. Because if I tried, good day, mate.
That's not too bad, but that's super strong. Like,
Okay.
that's very Crocodile Dundee, which is a bit exaggerated.
Okay.
But I can't do any better. Good day, mate.
Good day,
Like,
mate. Good
yeah.
day, mate.
Good day, mate. Yeah.
What's your favorite carb? Bread, pasta, rice, or
Damn.
potatoes?
Okay, rice and potatoes can go. Yeah, pasta. For
Pasta's
sure.
your favorite?
Yeah, because I can live without bread and rice and potatoes, yeah.
Okay. How many kids would you like to have?
You mean if I was a young and spry woman of 30?
Sure.
As opposed to the drying up woman of 42 that I am. If I had unlimited finances, unlimited access to daycare, and unlimited hours in the day, I would have 4.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost there.
I was
Maybe
gonna say,
I
just
should
come
keep
on,
moving.
come on, finish the race, last lap.
It's just so easy, right?
Yeah, totally.
Are rats cute?
No,
Thank you.
no, and anything that's rat adjacent that looks like it is not cute.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more. Have you ever slapped someone in the face?
Yes,
Okay.
extremely satisfying.
Was that the same girl that you punched? Or that
No,
was a
she
punch?
just caught a punch.
Okay.
No. I've slapped men, I think.
Ooh.
Oh, no, there was a girl as well. And do siblings count? My
I don't
sisters and
know.
I used to slap each other.
I tried to slap a boy in high school once,
Did you
and
miss?
he moved away.
Oh!
And I looked at him and I'm like, take it like a man!
That's the worst when you swing and hit air.
When he moved back, I was so
Oh,
angry.
it makes you even more mad. Yeah. It needs to connect. Ooh,
Yeah.
when it connects.
Yeah.
And it makes a tap, and your
Yeah.
hand even hurts. It's tasty.
He would have deserved it.
Yeah, an extra for moving back.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I have no idea.
Dodging slaps.
Probably.
Well, that was a fun round, actually. Welcome, guys. And we are going to hop into our topic for today. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. 2!
I literally just asked you how
Yeah, now it's 7.
many times have you sneezed.
7.
So when I sneeze, I'll sneeze like 7 in a row.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah. And I can't stop.
2!
I think
My God.
I'm
think.
rubbing off on you.
Yeah, no, that's the end. It's
Okay.
done. That's the end. But yeah, when I'm sick, sometimes it'll be like that. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Usually 4.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about gossip today.
Ooh.
And see,
What is that?
that's exactly the point already, is that you hear
I
it
don't
and
know
it's
why I'm
already
not-
like
so it's-
salacious and exciting.
Although I'm a bad gossip. Like, I will gossip, but I'm not like...
But it's fun to read gossip. Like, that has nothing to do with people you
Yeah, like,
actually
so
know.
celebrities.
Yeah, or politicians or
Yeah.
just stuff. Yeah. It's just fun to hear, oh, wow, that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I don't seek it out. Like, I would never buy those gossip mags.
Like the tabloids.
Yeah, but
No.
but yeah, no, I like a little bit of. I think everybody does to an extent. It's just we just like to know what other people are doing, and especially when it's like a little bit
Juicy or scandalous.
Yeah, scandalous, salacious. You know, a little dodgy. I was just thinking that it just sells papers because it's just human nature. I was thinking about how like Kamala has come out. That's not the gossip. How she has been put forward as the Democrat
Nominee.
for presidency. And all of a sudden, this woman who was pretty much really uninteresting before this, her whole backstory, her whole life, her daughters, everyone's life now is on front and center stage. And it's like, I found out, for example, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that she used to date Montel Jordan. Did you know that?
So Montel Jordan,
Let's go somewhere and get it on
Or-
tonight.
isn't he also the
This is how we do it.
Oh my god, I love that song.
That's probably around when he was dating her.
That song comes on, I lose my shit, and I know all the words, and I'm in the car with my
Such a good
husband
song.
and my boys, and they're just like looking at me like,
Listen, let them look. That song, you have to dance to it.
she
Whenever
dated him.
she dated him, probably during This Is How We Do It era.
That song could have been around about her.
She could have been in
This is how
the
we
video.
do
She's probably
it.
secretly in the video.
Oh,
This is how
we gotta go
do
watch
it.
that video back and find her. Like, this
Kamala does it like nobody does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I need to go back and see that video, make sure, because
Oh, wow.
yeah, like, but that's just like completely irrelevant
Right.
to her candidacy, to her ability to be, you know, a good president or not. Nothing to do with where she is at in life right now, but
It's just pure entertainment,
purely and
and
the-
we eat it up.
oh my gosh, yeah, we completely consume it.
But why do we eat it up? Like, why are we
Because
like?
I don't really know. Like, I just feel like
Could we be bored with our lives?
no, because even when your life is interesting, like Real Housewives.
I do watch that show.
Even when
I gotta
your life-
admit, I watch
right?
that show.
I only watch
I
two.
just-
Which ones do you watch?
I don't know. It's like, how do what do you
There's
mean?
different. Like there's Orange County. There's New York. There's
Oh.
I watch Atlanta, obviously.
I haven't seen that Atlanta one. I think I've seen.
Okay, wow. We're gonna stop recording right now, and you're gonna go home and start season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's the best. It's literally
Really?
the best one. It's the
Okay.
best one. Literally. Oh my gosh,
Okay, I'll watch that one. I think I watched.
it's so good.
I don't know. There was a British one in mine.
Is it? Oh no, I've never seen the British ones.
I think it's in. I know it's in California, so it must be Orange County. Or is
Yeah,
there
Orange
an
County.
LA one?
Orange County. No, Orange County. I think Beverly Hills. There's Beverly Hills, and Orange County is the original one.
Then maybe I watched Beverly. Yeah, I watched Beverly,
Beverly
Hills.
Hills. Yeah, no, you need to. Beverly Hills ain't bad either, but you
Okay.
need to watch. Is that the one with Kyle? The chick named Kyle
Yes.
with the sister that's the drunk.
Yeah. I think they were all drunks.
Yeah.
No.
No, to be fair. To be
Weren't they
fair.
all? Listen,
To
it's
be
one of those
fair.
things that you watch, and I like.
You almost
And
start
if
to
my
feel
husband
bad.
walks in the room, I'll
You're
have to
embarrassed.
change it and be like, I like quickly change it. Like I cannot move, and it's those like it's like a train wreck. Like you can't look away. You're
Can't
watching
look
it and you can't look away.
You can't.
But it's that I call it garbage TV. Like I can't.
Oh, trash TV.
Trash
Absolutely.
TV, I can't
Absolutely.
help
That's a
it.
guilty.
It's
you
a
need
guilty
to, if you
pleasure.
like Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is probably the most messy, to be
Okay.
fair. But Atlanta with the one-liners
Okay, I'll
and the
listen.
shade. Atlanta and Potomac.
Okay.
Your
check
life will
them
never
out.
be the same.
I'll check.
I won't even see you for the next taping because you'll be like, I don't feel good. She's watching Real Housewives. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
She already knows.
Guilty. Because it's that good. It's too good. And let me try to explain to you why it's good. It's good because it's just seeing other people's mess.
You're right.
And I think that's why we like the gossip because it's seeing the mess, but in an entertaining and like light-hearted.
So are we relating to the mess?
Not this level of mess.
Not this level. Of
And
mess,
if you
right?
are, honey, we need
You
to
need
talk.
your own. You need your own reality TV
things,
show.
things are not going great. No, it's next level mess. Like it's really, and of course a lot of it is scripted or there's things that are sort of highlighted or written into it, but
I think it's all scripted.
it
And that's-
all is, but some of the things and the things that happen are actually just their
Yeah.
lives
Yeah.
happening. So, and they'll highlight certain things so they're just like, oh my God, that's great TV. And it's great TV because we love to watch it.
Right.
But yeah, I think we just love hearing about, especially if it's a lifestyle. And that's why all of these housewife franchises are like about like rich women, sort of how the other side lives, you know? Because it's almost like you want to hear about someone else that seems to have everything, but actually he really doesn't. I think it's because look at what was that show back in the day? Oh, that annoying ass show with those rich kids back in the day. And XOXO, what was it?
Gossip
Oh
Girl.
my God.
That
Of
was
course, the
literally
word is in the thing. Oh my God. That was, it actually ended up being like a guy, right? Oh yeah, it ended up being the guy.
Yes.
The guy from
Yeah.
Psycho from You.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh my God! I just
yeah.
pieced it together.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It ended up being him. But that annoying ass show was literally the epitome of people eating up and consuming information on like the haves. or the have-it-alls, and like just being completely enamored with the fact that they, you know, are fuck-ups and completely just train wrecks.
Okay, so it's the idea that
I think that's
these
the idea.
super rich people
Or just people who have something maybe that you don't. Yeah.
still can also have problems.
Yeah. Because look, even when you have like these people who are motivational speakers or all about like, this is how I live my life. I don't remember who it is or his name, but there was this guy who was all about like, I only eat raw meat and like, I'm really, really strict about that. That's why I have this ridiculous body. I don't put anything else in my body. And people were like, welcome to 1984. With that ringtone.
Oh, snap.
How funny.
Okay.
But yeah,
Phone
people
is
were
on
like,
silent.
people were like,
Eating that up.
yeah, but also like, I don't feel like that physique is purely just from raw meat, because he's like, yeah, you can do it too. I'm serious. Just live like me. And then it turns out he was like on all these supplements and eating all these other things, or maybe he was only vegetables and he was also eating meat, something like that.
Okay.
But he got caught out and people were like, of course you were lying. And it was the biggest sort of like scandal that blew up, and people loved it because it was like, see, you got up on your high horse and here you come a tumbling down and you're just like one of us. And I think people love that. People love to hear about someone who's sort of held themselves in a certain light being humbled by the truth or by reality.
Okay, so that part I can appreciate.
Yeah.
The bringing them down a pedestal and
Yeah.
teaching them a bit of humility.
You're just one of us.
But what I can't get over is why we eat that information up. Like, why are we okay seeing other people in pain and laughing about it?
Right. I mean, I don't feel like it's extreme pain. Like, we're not going to laugh at people like...
So if we talk about the trash TV that we watch, then that is like fully scripted, then I don't feel bad. But if you're like reading the tabloids and like, you know, they're putting out information or gossip about, I don't know, whether it's politicians or celebrities or whatever, that's the part where I'll read it, but there is a bit of me that goes, come on, like, I feel bad.
Like someone's marriage ending. Like, that's always there.
Then,
I'm always just kind of like,
it being like put out for everyone to see.
That's hard, yeah. Especially if it's like due to infidelity or something like that. Like, but I'll still like consume it. I'll still be like, oh my God, like, what did he do? And then I'll still feel for he or she, whoever gets shafted in that scenario, and be like, yeah, that sucks. And you actually feel what that is like, but it doesn't erase the interest in the sort of, in the salacious part of the gossip, which is weird. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where it comes from. I mean, is it the same like with friends? Like, do you feel if you hear gossip about a friend, and obviously if it's a close friend, you can be like, nah, that's not true, shut the hell up. But like just someone that you know, do you feel like you have that same feeling of like, what? Or do you? No,
so with friends, I approach it a bit differently. I'm very much about karma and bad energy.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a very boring gossip in that regard. When it comes to people I know, like I won't gossip about people I know.
Yeah.
So people don't have fun with me because I have friends who will be like,
don't have fun.
Yeah.
But then why is that fun for us?
I have friends who will show up to like they'll be like, hey, I just got to the restaurant early. Come meet me. We can sit, people watch and gossip. Do you get what I mean? Like they'll do that
about your group,
about like no,
or
just
about
like
the people that you're watching.
Yeah, but like when you're in, if I'm talking
I would
about
be showing up for that.
If I'm going to talk about Jordan specifically, like when I'm home, like Jordan is a teeny tiny, like the capital that we live in.
Yeah, it's small.
It's small.
You kind of know everyone.
And the 1% of the population that speaks English and knows everybody, like they also know, like everybody knows everybody. So if you're going to go show up early to a restaurant and say, I'm going to people watch and gossip.
You'll be people watching people you know.
If I don't know that person, most likely you or the person sitting next to us knows that person and knows a whole shitload of, you know.
Okay.
So like everybody knows everybody.
Okay.
And so that's where I'm like,
it's not like you went to like
that's
a random
bad
cafe.
Juju. Like I don't need that. I don't need that
around.
shit. It's gonna come back around and bite me in the ass. So I'd rather just kind of like sit here and. But then I also, what I don't do is I don't say, guys, let's not talk about it. Like it's not okay.
That was my next question.
I just kind of sit and listen.
But then, do you feel some sort of allegiance to like, you know, these people who are being talked about to be like, all right, guys,
let's not talk about that.
Or if you hear something about someone you know, do you feel like you need to sort of let them know? Listen, I heard this, or I was in the midst of a conversation that, you know, sort of.
Oh, that's a tough one. I've been in situations where I have, like, if it's somebody that's super, super, super close to me, like, I will go and tell them, hey, this is what's happening. But then I have other friends where I've heard stuff about them. Mm-hmm. But I've heard from someone who knows someone who knows someone. So it's not something that I heard directly from the source or whatever. Right. So I can't go up to that person and be like, hey, just to, you know.
I heard this, and it may or may not be
like
what was said.
Or maybe I should. I don't know. But that's part of me is like, if someone was talking shit about me, I would want people to tell me. You know, like I would want someone to come and tell me. Like I don't know, just
if it's someone close to me,
yeah,
I
not a random,
but
yeah,
someone who's not that close,
I feel like they have,
like,
yeah, I feel like there is a tiny bit of a responsibility as a friend to come to me and say, I don't know if this is true, but you should know what's being said,
right,
so that you can get in front of it and deal with it.
And it depends on what the content is as well. It could be something that's completely inconsequential, in which case you're just like, it doesn't matter if they know or not. People are going to say what they're going to say. But yeah, if it's something consequential and
come closer, you're like,
oh, am I? You're moving going out of the shot. If it's something that's sort of consequential and it's necessary for them to know, or it has to do with someone that they care about and it's going to have a huge effect, I would verify first. But I don't know if I would. If it's a close friend, I would have to tell them. I would have to tell them for sure. In fact, immediately. I would be like, so this is the word on the street is. I'm just letting you know. Verified or unverified, do with it what you will.
Right.
But with a situation where we're all talking and then someone's talking about someone I know, I would be like, and I've done this before, I'm like, wait, if we're talking about her or him, it needs to be something that we are all ready to say to their face.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
100%.
I'm like, I'll say it and I'll even repeat it or engage because I know I've either already expressed that to that person and I'm retelling or sort of venting, or as soon as they join this dinner, I'm about to tell them whatever's been said. So as long as you guys know all of this is about to be on Front Street, let's go with it.
100%. I agree with that. Like if you're going to talk shit about somebody, be ready to say that to somebody's face. And I've been in that scenario where I've, had issues with a friend, so I'll talk to another friend about it. But I will then go around, like after I've vented to the friend, like heard myself talking about whatever issues or problems I might be having or why that person's driving me, crazy, I'll then go and talk to that person.
Right.
So it's never going to be something that I won't say to your face.
And it just sits there festering like it's either already happened or it's about to happen.
Yeah. So,
yeah, no, I agree. I think that's probably the purest way to sort of allow the gossip to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're all guilty at some point in life of talking shit behind someone's back.
And I think men can even be worse than...
Listen, men...
like, they think that we're the gossips, but the men will be like, so what did you guys hear?
Really,
like,
honestly, there'll be the group chats, the men's group chats, filth. Also, the men love to hear the gossip from us.
Yes.
They're just like, so what's happening with like your friend who was with a friend?
Oh man, I'm gonna call him out. But my husband does that. Like if I go out for a girls' night and I'll come back and I'll be like, so what's happening? I love him to death though, because he's not a gossip, but it's
what's going on. It's just
like
interesting.
you said, it's human. Like it's almost human nature. We're drawn to that
entertainment. Yeah, I think it's just like what's going on. But I think it's
I think it's a distraction.
It might be a form of like escapism because it's the very reason that we have entertainment television and things like that, because we want to escape our own reality. And that's why reality television is so popular, I think, because we want to see someone else's reality that potentially is messier than our own. To be like, okay, now I can turn this off and go back to my own sort of household and my own things. And it is not as bad as what I saw on The Real Housewives today. Like, whew, thank God. Yeah. Thank God. You need to watch that show.
I will watch it.
I cannot believe you do not know who Nene Leakes is. How do you not?
Although that name sounds familiar, I feel like I would have come across her name somehow.
She's a loudmouth and she's been on a lot of other things since, but
maybe that's why
is possibly the most entertaining mean girl.
Mean girls.
Yeah. Oh,
women are mean.
We are, but we've all been mean girls at some point.
I don't think I was a mean girl.
College doesn't count. I mean, college we know better. We're not doing that to people.
Okay, one time. Fifth grade.
One time, she said. One time.
5th grade
is a lie. It cannot just be one time.
No, it was one time in 5th grade, and this girl kept picking on me.
Okay.
Because I told you, I talked about my experience as a child in New York, growing up, outsider.
Yes.
So I got picked on a lot.
Yes.
And
okay, but it doesn't count as a mean girl if you're retaliating.
Well, I called her a bitch. And
that's not being a mean girl.
In front of other girls. And did one of these hair.
The hair flip?
Hair flips and walked out.
Wow, were you that girl?
No, I was not, but in that moment I channeled that girl.
that girl.
And so I was
What did she do? Did she cry?
She cried. I don't think I don't know. I've like never, maybe, I mean,
okay, but
lady friend, if you're out there and if I ever made you cry, like,
she
please
was
let me know.
bullying you though, so she had it coming.
She was like one of those friends that would be a friend one minute and then not a friend the next minute.
Yeah.
So she would like be super kind to you and then talk shit about you behind
Which
your back.
is not a friend.
Yeah. So at one point I think
maintain
it,
my
like,
statement.
At one point I felt like empowered and I had two girls with me. Like we walked in.
Oh, you went in with
to
like
the bathroom. I went in with my
background
posse.
singers.
It's like, I got this.
Man, high school was wild.
This was elementary.
Oh my god,
school.
elementary, not even.
No.
Oh lord.
I wish I did that in high school. I would have been maybe had more friends if I was a mean girl.
No, not the kind of friends you
no,
want.
I know. I'm just messing. But yeah, and I called her a bitch. It was the first time I used that word.
Oh man, did you put the in it?
So why are you such a bitch? And then I walked and I did that.
And then your girls did their flip
They
and walked
did
out. Synchronization, yes.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, the whole Mean
Woo!
Girls.
I would have been in that posse.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would have been in the posse with you. I would have flipped my braids at the end, smacked her in the face, walked out. Oh Lord.
What if you were to look at gossip as a means, and I'm talking about gossip that we get in the news, in the
right, like random gossip.
Yeah, as a means, and this might be my conspiracy theory persona coming out.
Okay, oh god.
Like it's really, like we said, like it's a means to keep us distracted from the real shit that's going on.
Oh, 100%.
To keep us numb.
Looking this way.
Yeah. And plus, when you watch people constantly suffering,
desensitized.
You're desensitized to when it's really, and again, the reality shows are scripted. I don't think any of it is legit. Maybe like Once Upon a Time when they first started.
Yes.
Like when the
I'm
cards.
so excited for you to watch Real Housewives from the beginning. Because,
okay.
Man,
it
wish
was raw.
Raw. I'm raw than sushi. I'm telling you, raw.
So I'm thinking like when you are so numb to watching this stuff, then when you see what's really happening around the world, and we're talking like in the news, like what's happening in Kenya, what's happening in Palestine, what's happening everywhere.
South Sudan.
You're just everywhere.
Like, meh.
You're just kind of like,
Yeah. Pity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's definitely that usage, I guess.
Yeah.
That a lot of
like the media.
Political media especially.
Or the masters in charge.
These guys. Definitely, I think there's a reason behind that. I don't think any of that is by mistake. I mean, you can just know that by the way that they report news, by the way that they word things, by the way that they sort of, make certain attacks feel like attacks and certain ones feel like, oh, something just happened to fall on these people and everything is really doctored. And some things are not even reported at all because they just don't want eyes on it. Yeah. So definitely, I think there's a lot of propaganda involved there. And another tool of that is distracting us with entertainment, salacious things. You look at the timing of a lot of events or a lot of celebrity events, things that have all eyes on them in certain countries, particularly the US, will be very ironically timed
when there's something else
at a moment where they want everyone to look here and there's something else going on over
100%.
there. So yeah, it's and we eat it up and fall for it every time like lemmings.
Oh my god. And we are victims. Like we fall for this stuff as well.
Oh,
you know?
100%.
So we're talking about it now, but we're also, the sad part is that we're very aware of it.
Listen, I'm talking about the war and I'm super focused on information about what's happening and with the genocide. And then I'm just like, I know this is a distraction. The Met Gala is happening that week. I'm not going to be distracted, and the media should keep their coverage the same as it was before.
But then
20 minutes later,
what they're wearing.
I'm DMing my friends about what the hell is she wearing? What is this? What is this outfit? Why is she walking up the stairs like that?
Oh my God.
Why is that person for like 2 hours of my life completely gone completely? And now I'm thinking about it. Even if I'm not talking about it, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still looking for media. And guess what's happened? My algorithm now
shifted. It's
completely skewed and shifted. Yep. And it's like, oh, so you want completely meaningless fashion information about celebrities? Here you go.
Let's keep you distracted a little more.
So all the stuff that you've built up in your algorithm, gone. So
so frustrating.
we are totally lemmings. Do you remember that game, Lemmings? Oh no, you're only a year younger. You would know. We had this computer game because back in year 5, year 6, 5th and 6th grade, you had this one computer in the class.
The one computer.
You know what I mean? Yeah. In the back of the class, and everyone had to book when they want to use it.
It was green and black or something.
Listen, right? With the cursor in the corner, and then sometimes you'd have to put in commands for things to open. We have been through it. Our kids don't even know how good they have it. Let me tell you. And with everyone with their own iPad in class. We had this game called Lemmings, where you basically lemmings just basically follow each other wherever. And so they're just constantly moving this whole trail of lemmings, and you basically have to try to get them to safety. And in some spots, you can like break down walls, and you can put like one lemming to stop like them from going that way, and then they just turn around and go the other way.
Okay.
So you could direct them like that. And sometimes, if you don't direct them, they literally just walk and will walk off a cliff, all of them.
Okay.
And we were like, this game is so fun. And the irony of that game is the ones that are standing stationary, that you leave stationary to help direct the other ones, when the game is over, and you've led your lemmings to where they need to go, they like grab their head and shake and explode. Like, this was year 5.
What?
Madness. So we had this game that is basically, it was insane. Like, in hindsight, just looking back on it, conceptually, it is so, like, it's just such a mirror of
what's happening in the
right.
world.
It's exactly what's happening right now, because we have,
oh my God.
Not just right now. We have a whole bunch
Always.
of, and then the people who are kind of like, no, we need to like redirect this, are usually never the ones that make it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? The people
Right.
who are like, no, we need to do something about this. We need to redirect our interests. We need to actually look at this.
Right.
The people who are speaking out the loudest don't make it to the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like, and I thought about that randomly the other day, and I was like, why am I thinking about this game from so many decades ago? And because we reference Lemmings so much, but I remember the game, and I'm like, dude, like this game was way ahead of its time, and also probably not very appropriate for 5th graders or 6th graders, whenever it was that we were using it. But yeah, it was indicative of how we just kind of followed the trend, and when it's fed to us, we just
eat it up
in copious amounts. I mean, I think even like of late with a lot of the information that we get and the overload, I know both of us are following a lot of the information about the genocide and Congo and South Sudan, and we talk about it, and sometimes it's really overwhelming. Oftentimes it's very overwhelming that you have to take a step back even for your own sanity. And when you do take that step back, sometimes it is alleviating to see something that's just completely mindless.
Yeah.
I
think that's where that's another part of why we consume so much of this is to numb us from the reality of what is really happening. Because on the one hand, like what's happening in our countries, like we can't do anything about it. We really can't do anything about it. From where we are.
Not much we can do.
Other than posting on social media and trying to educate as many people as possible. Like there's really not much to do. So at some point it's just like you need something mindless to get to really just
distract you from that helplessness. Yeah,
that helplessness.
And also just from seeing how helpless the situation itself is, and seeing things getting from bad to worse, and then just not being able to do anything about it. So I think it's an escape, and I think that it's necessary at times. It's maybe not the best method. But I think as long as you understand that it is just oh my God.
It's the alarm for my kid who's supposed to have an Arabic lesson right now. Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
All right.
It goes off every Wednesday at 4:15.
Now you know. And I think it's just necessary. It's probably not the best way, but I think, in the world that we live, we don't really have a lot of avenues to be able to. Also, we have so much fucked up stuff that's happening in the world that we live in now that we need more than one avenue. Sometimes the old school ways and methods just aren't enough, because there's so much that's happening that we actually shouldn't be experiencing. No one should be experiencing. Yeah. So it's hard to grapple with that on a regular basis. I've tried to skew my algorithm to like videos of puppies and elephants. I swear to God.
Mine right now is filled with, I have the two. So the one that I'm on all the time, the coaching one, is filled with inspirational quotes.
Nice.
But if I go on my personal one, that one kills me.
It skews. It's just all over, right?
Yeah.
But mine can change from between morning and night.
Yeah, it depends on exactly what they want you to.
That's devastating. That's how strong the algorithm is too. It's just like, you watched one video of puppies playing.
Here's a buttload of more puppies.
Every single video about puppies is there all of a sudden. Or you say the word puppy, and I bet you there's going to be like puppy content. Oh my God, already.
I'm going to find puppies on my Instagram now.
100%. Like, oh my God.
Stop listening to us.
There's some times when I want to have certain conversations, it's like, let's turn our phones off.
Seriously.
Let's put it on flight mode. I'm like, they probably can still.
I think they can still
figure it out.
I think they just have like a switch somewhere where they just like, boop,
yeah,
and they have access to everything.
Can you imagine working for whatever the agency that is, and just being like, oh my God, so what happened with that couple that we were watching last week?
The gossip on that level,
right? Like that must be exponential.
Like popcorn.
Seriously, nah. You need to stay at work tonight. Tonight's the night that she's meant to be meeting the other guy. We gotta watch what happens.
We gotta watch.
Like, that is the real reality TV.
Man.
It must be insane.
Yeah.
They must just be sitting there just, cracking up.
Wow. So, we've admitted to being guilty of consuming gossip, right?
Yes. Consuming and imparting. I will admit.
Imparting. Mm-hmm.
Even though you won't.
No, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just not that. I'm not fun because I will do it, but then
you're
I
not
feel
a
guilty.
gossip. Yeah, you're not. A
I
gossip,
feel super guilty
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
But I will, and again, unless it's something that's like I know I'm going to see that person and say it to their face, you won't see me participating a lot.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just mean we've all participated.
But we've all participated. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I have participated in it also. You know,
bitch.
Yeah, especially.
It's gonna be my new line.
Oh man, but like, so what one tip can we give for people to not completely succumb
For ourselves as well.
and for ourselves to the gossip? Like I can give you already one, which is to fast from social media.
Define fast.
Like not be, and I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying limit the amount of time that we're on
100%,
social media.
100%. And limit the avenues of social media, I
Yeah.
think. Because now we've got so many things. We've got X, Twitter, whatever. We've got, Instagram. We've got, God, I don't even know what the other ones are called. I don't even know how to work them.
I think there's TikTok. I know there's still Snapchat.
Yeah, there's still all
I
of
think
those
there's,
ones.
of course, there's TikTok, but I'm saying these are the ones that I tried to be on and I just can't
Are you
figure
on
them out.
TikTok?
I'm on TikTok, but I never use it. Like there's an account, but I never use it.
I don't even know.
And I tried. I really did, but it was just too...
I think I started the Snapchat thing once, and like the camera came on, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is going public or not. Like, is this live? It gave me crazy anxiety. I said, delete this app. Delete.
My youngest brother is on Snapchat, and it's like a thing. Like you have to post every day so that you have you get I don't know if it's these points or you're on a
like on a roster or something.
And if you don't post every day, you get knocked down. And so I guess then that makes you more visible to everybody. So he's just like, I have to post today. And I'm like, so he's like, even if I post just a picture of my soup, I'm like, what the hell is that? What? Who wants to see a bowl of soup?
Content.
I don't get
There
it.
will be someone. There is.
Who you know that there's somebody that is posting and looking for that bowl of soup.
That bowl of soup. Like, this is the one.
This is it.
That's the bowl I was looking for. That's the soup.
Yes.
That's the one. Wow.
But yeah, so scary. Fasting from social media.
Okay,
I think
that's a great one.
one.
That's a great one. And I would say just from television as well. After I've told you to watch The Real Housewives.
Watch the Real Housewives and then I'll fast.
Listen, you got it. You will need to after that because it is just, it's...
But how do you...
You can't watch just 1 or 10 episodes.
But I gotta ask, how do you feel after you've watched these shows? Like, physically?
It depends on how messy. So the earlier episodes were not as messy, so they were a little bit lighter hearted. But then the fuckery just got more and more. And the things just get more serious and then you have those reunion shows where they're like fighting and like people are getting assaulted and you're like,
yeah,
it's a lot.
Enough is enough.
That you don't have sort of a feel good feeling afterwards, or you feel like, oh my god, I just need to decompress.
Yeah.
I need to walk outside
Physically and mentally.
But that's how I feel when I watch TV generally, which is I usually
okay.
don't really. But I think that it's just funny. It's so the characters are so entertaining. It's
I feel like we're
honestly because I really want to talk about it with you. That's why it's really more selfish.
We do not have we're not sponsored by them, just FYI.
Not. Yeah, we're gunning for Real Housewives of Munich. That's what we're working on.
Drop the show's name
Bravo
so many
TV.
times. Like,
hi. No. What is that wink was? No, it's honestly Atlanta, Potomac, close second, but Atlanta. If you watch any of them, Atlanta.
Okay.
And I'm sure everyone would agree with me because it's just, I've not watched any of the other franchises. I think I've watched a little bit of Beverly Hills, 1 season. That's how I know some of the characters. But nah, there's nothing like it. You need to watch it simply because it's just hilarious, the one-liners, and it's like Mean Girls High School with grown-ass women.
Okay.
Meant to be grown-ass women.
Gotcha.
So it's entertaining, but yeah, I would say limiting the screen time, definitely social media, and I think increasing real time. So I mean, like doing actual things, playing sports, like sitting down, being with your kids,
connecting with people,
actually connecting with people,
and not connecting with people and necessarily gossiping, but
in
talking
in a
about
wholesome
talking
manner.
about
Or listening.
Or listening.
To people.
Yeah.
Listening to people. As long as they're not gossiping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe talk about your goals, your dreams, your, you know, what inspires you, like stuff that makes people uncomfortable.
You're right. How you said, oh, I'll be boring because I don't like engage in gossip. It sounds like really boring, even as I'm saying it. I'm like, it does sound boring
you're no
because
fun.
The gossip sounds more exciting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess there's levels to it.
And I know that's why a lot of people like weren't inviting me out to places because they figured that out really
She
quickly.
doesn't talk shit. We don't want her around.
We know she's so boring. You know, like I'm just like, it's okay.
Oh man.
It's okay. But
it's
I think
all right. That's a good reason. That's probably a badge of honor.
But in the theme of Flex in the City and flexing our minds and all of that, I think what we really wanted to just kind of touch on is that we know that gossip is a real thing, that it is out there, that it is something that we are completely consumed by, and I think it's something that we just are trying to ourselves be more aware of, be more conscious of it, because we also don't want our kids to fall into that trap as well.
That. Yeah. I mean, in school, you're always going to talk about each other, but yeah, it's really important to realize earlier on that it's not the way. It's not the way.
And this generation has so many avenues to gossip. I really feel bad for them. At least before, it was just literally in the bathroom, flipping our hair and
a he said, she said.
Yeah, that was it. Like, there was
someone passed the note.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh my god.
People get blown up on social media. Yeah. Like their stories get put up there. Like, it's awful. They have it much harder than we did. Kudos to them. They're living in a world and surviving and thriving in a world that I don't think we could have done much better. So, all right. Well, I think that's all for me. It's a bit of a shorter one, or not this week, but we're going to take a little bit of a break from the couch.
Yes.
Well, she will.
I will be on holiday, so we will try to do sessions online.
We're gonna figure that out, and hopefully it'll just be like a split screen situation. Do you hear my stomach grumbling? Oh my god.
Mine is also grumbling. So it's okay.
Right next to the mic. I hope y'all didn't hear it because
it might have been both of ours together, and it just is amplified now.
We need to go eat. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit of a split screen situation. We'll figure out, excuse me, how best to do that. But we'll just continue bringing you guys the content, even through somebody's summer break. Some of us are not having summer vacation.
You can come with me. Well, it's too hot right now in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's not as enjoyable. Oh, but you love the heat.
I don't love the extreme desert heat. Okay. I'm not from the desert, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Eh?
Okay.
Eh?
All right. Coming to you from not the desert. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for liking and subscribing if you have. If you have not, get on that. And I think my kids are home. So on that note,
Happy Flex Friday.
Happy Flex Friday.
Bye.
Bye.